Yes, yes. Good afternoon, everyone. It is Sunday. I know a lot of people watching, NFL football, the playoff games. I get all that. I feel like it'd be a good time just to mention a few things about Java. Java, the programming language. Oracle is the stewards of Java. I think this may even sound like a Oracle commercial in some parts. But the reality is Oracle is the steward of Java. So, we some of that is going to come out. Some of the Java products are going to come out. But since Java is a big part of what a lot of us do, even if we're not Java developers or do development with one of the programming languages that we associate with the Java virtual machine, i.e., Kotlin, Scala, etc. It's still, I think, a good idea to keep track of Java because Java's on our desktop. We do run apps that run on Java on our desktops still. So it's still a good idea to know what's going on with Java, what Oracle's doing with it, just looking at that from time to time. Now, let's just start with the Java virtual machine because it doesn't hurt to just know a little bit about what Java is about and what kind of differentiated it from other languages, i.e. things like C++, and etc. I'll say that with the Java virtual machine, okay, we know what Java is, but we also have, the virtual machine part. So this is sort of the revolution that occurred, I guess. I use the word loosely. So there was a time when developers had to handle the memory management of their applications. So for that reason, that's one of the big reasons why the Java virtual machine was such a big deal because it has sort of this write once, run anywhere kind of philosophy. That was fairly revolutionary at the time. That I have a language that can run the same on different devices, etc. And a big reason for that was the Java virtual machine. And a big component of that Java virtual machine was the garbage collection, which was the mechanism that could automatically handle the memory management of an application. Obviously, you can configure it, to give it hints as to how you want it to manage memory, but it's not something where, as a developer, you had to explicitly put lines in your code to manage the memory of your application. And then that was, fairly revolutionary concept at the time. So, and the Java Virtual Machine is a part of the bundled Java download that you download when you're downloading Java, whether that be the Java runtime, or if you're a developer, you're going to want the Java development kit as well. So I said a lot of things, and I can't go into all of them because the topic is just too broad. But I've given you a few things for people that want to go into a little deeper about the way Java works. Those are some of the key components or key topics when we're talking about Java. The Java runtime environment, JDK, the Java development kit, and the Java virtual machine. And just some of the things that made Java different than some of the other programming languages at the time. And some of the debates are still going on because we're talking about things like embedded applications, like some of the kind of the flight simulators, etc. There's some debates around that, but yeah, some of these debates are still going on. So that's the Java virtual machine. I just want to lay out a little bit about that because it's hard to just jump into talking about Java without knowing some of these things. But in terms of the Oracle Java SE subscription, that's just the umbrella that we're going to start with. That's a service Oracle provides it, $300 per month roughly. You do get volume discounts. You basically get security updates and support You get features, enterprise features that you wouldn't get from, say, like an open and just a regular open JDK that you're running. So I say all that um, because I just want to give you an idea of how Java can provide value to your organization. So things like the Java Management Service, that is actually an Oracle Cloud service that you can get that will help you manage your Java deployments, multiple versions, right? And again, I won't go too far than that. Oracle does a very good job of selecting the products, so I don't have to go any further with that. So then we get into the Java licensing, right? Which is probably might be the most important thing that we're talking about right now. So as far as the Java licensing, there was a time where the Java licensing was pretty strict. They call it I want to say the OTN agreement. Whereas if you weren't an Oracle customer, you it was a very restrictive license to just essentially personal use. Whereas around Oracle, the Java 17 release, they kind of laxed things a little bit into what I believe it's called an NFTC license. And what that's about is it's, I dare say, free, but you're able to use it. You're able to use it you're able to use it in production. I'll say that. But yeah, look into the NFTC. I dare say free because Oracle can kind of change their mind at any time. They can change their mind for any version. So especially when we're talking about things like long-term support versions, they can change their mind about that. So that's why I say free. So if you're an organization trying to make that decision, I'm not saying you shouldn't trust Oracle, but just know because Oracle's been around forever. There's no reason not to trust them, but just know the parameters of what's going on. So around the Oracle Java 17 version, they switched to the NFTC, and we're currently on a Java 19. The Java release schedule has become much more rigorous than before. That's just something Oracle decided to do. But it's just good to know these things going forward. So I think I've said enough about where Java is, the Java licensing, Java SE, just basic things about what the Java virtual machine is, just mentioning things like JDK, mentioning things like the Java runtime environment. So I think you kind of got to have an idea of where Java is. If you're on the fence about, how you want to use it, how much of a commitment, you should want to make to it. Those people who want to protect their Java investments, the Oracle Java SE subscription, that is definitely an option. Like I said, I'm not an Oracle employee. Oracle is very good at selling their products, but it just want to give you an idea of some of the things that are out there, some of the changes that have been made, so you can make a better decision as an organization as to where you want to go with apps that run on Java and development related to the Java, Java virtual, related to Java. Whether you want to go with the Open JDK or take the next step and go with the Oracle's proprietary JDK. But anyhow, I think I've said enough on that. I will talk to you all later. Peace.